If you want to quickly lose the respect of your coworkers, show up 10 minutes late to a meeting and immediately start scrolling on your phone under the table. Add in a habit of cutting people off mid-sentence or faking sympathy just to look good, and you are actively broadcasting that you don't value anyone else's time or boundaries. But here is a strange contradiction. We will write off a peer for checking their inbox during a presentation, yet we routinely excuse powerful leaders who loudly preach strict moral values while privately committing massive ethical violations. To understand why we punish the small stuff but reward massive hypocrisy, we have to look at the hidden rules of social status and what authority actually does to the human ego. When someone moves up the hierarchy, their psychological framework shifts. This Columbia Business School chart measures moral judgment. Data shows powerful individuals are significantly stricter in judging others. But look at the right side. When measuring actual behavior, those exact same high-power individuals cheated more often. But there is an exception. If a leader feels their power is illegitimate, suffering from imposter syndrome, they become hypercritical of themselves and excuse others. But for those who feel they deserve their status, authority creates a thick sense of entitlement. They become convinced they are the exception to the very rules they enforce on the rest of the room. That explains the leaders. But why does the public actively tolerate and reward this? This graph illustrates the moral flexibility penalty, comparing public trust for two leaders who committed the exact same lie. The leader who preached absolute honesty retained high public trust. The leader who admitted lying is sometimes necessary lost their credibility entirely. As voters and consumers, we actually punish people who admit to realistic moral nuance. We view their honesty about human flaws as a weakness, while we interpret rigid, absolute claims as a sign of strong values. Because the public severely penalizes vulnerability, powerful people learn that the only way to survive socially is to construct and maintain a facade of absolute, hypocritical perfection. Maintaining that illusion requires enormous energy, eventually cracking under the pressure and creating severe structural weaknesses in a person's psyche. Psychologists call the breaking point narcissistic collapse. This is a specific crisis that hits when undeniable public evidence shatters a leader's carefully curated self-image. Instead of offering a normal apology, their ego fragments. They either explode into rage and blame-shifting, or they implode into severe, withdrawn depression. When you spend years enforcing rules you secretly break, you don't build resilience, you build a trap. Defending a flawless public image leaves a leader entirely stripped of psychological defenses, reacting dangerously the moment reality contradicts their persona. To build genuine, durable credibility, you have to abandon the illusion of perfection and adopt a healthier way of handling errors. This diagram outlines a proven 5-step recovery process. You start by explicitly admitting the error, pause to correct it, extract the specific lesson, maintain perspective on the bigger picture, and then move forward. This approach requires taking a short-term hit to your ego, but relying on genuine accountability is the only sustainable way to hold on to power without eventually collapsing under the weight of your own hypocrisy.